We've got Mike Slammer here today. He's going to tell us a little bit about what's on his table at Whisky Live.
So today we've got the Blanton single barrel bourbons. There's a range of 3 out and available. They started in 1984. Elmer Lee was the master distiller at Ancient Age Distillery. He apprenticed underneath Colonel Blanton, who worked for 56 years at Ancient Age. And what Colonel Blanton used to do is he would go to Warehouse H, he would go to the center cut of the warehouse and select what he felt were the finest barrels of bourbon available there. He would get the staff there to bottle that up for him, and that's where the inspiration for Blanton's came from. He would take those select parcels of the bourbon and give it away to his best friends, dignitaries, ambassadors, people of import. And so in '84, Elmer said, why don't we try to market this concept, and Blanton's was born. So you've got the single special reserve bourbon. That is a very citrusy bourbon. Lots of citrus on the aroma and on the taste profile. Finishes with a big citrus kick. You'll get a little bit of the oak and vanilla nuances there, but primarily citrus, and it's orange zest and rind that really shines through on that. Very popular with people who aren't accustomed to the bourbon, as the citrus offsets the sweet profile that you normally attribute with.
Welcome to Whisky Live. Today we've got joining us Bruce. Bruce is going to be talking about the 10-year-old Chardonnay cask from Glen Murray.
I have pleasure in presenting for Whisky Live the 10-year-old whiskey made by master distiller Graham Cool. He has introduced Chardonnay casks from Burgundy, giving a beautiful buttery finish to an already superb whiskey. It has a long flavour, a long-lasting flavour at the end, giving a smooth finish to an already beautiful whiskey.
Welcome to Whisky Live. Today I've got with me Shane. Shane is presenting from Compass Box the Spice Tree.
G'day. Today we've got the Spice Tree. It's an interesting whiskey, a blended malt, 80% Highland, 20% Speyside. Interesting thing about it is it was Compass Box is an independent distiller, independent bottler, and they had a bit of trouble with this whiskey a few years back when the Scottish Whisky Association decided that it didn't meet the strict criteria to be a whiskey because they were inserting new French oak staves to add an extra layer of complexity to the whiskey. How they've overcome this is now, rather than adding staves, they repackage an old bourbon barrel with brand new toasted French heads on the barrel. They use 3 different levels of toasting on the new heads in barrel, and then blend those together at the end of the maturation to develop the flavours they like. Because of the extensive use of both pre-used bourbon, first fill American, and reworked brand new French oak, you get a really layer of the nice sweet flavours from bourbons, some vanilla, slight caramel flavours, some slight sweetness, and then once the French oak treatment adds its clove spice, some slightly peppery notes, and a slightly more rounded edge.
Hi. Teeling Whisky, or the Teeling Whisky family, have a whisky distillation heritage in the heart of Dublin that dates back to 1782. That family-owned distillation heritage has been carried on in the heart of Dublin now, with a new distillery to open up in 2015. The Teeling Whisky we're looking at today is hand-selected casks that have been given further maturation in ex-Flor de Cana rum barrels from Nicaragua. That time in rum barrels adds to a bit of personality to the whiskey and creates a slightly more alternative and distinct whiskey flavour. Should we have a taste?
Absolutely.
That time in the rum barrels adds a really sweet, woody note and a little more personality to the whiskey. Very soft, long finish. superb Irish whiskey in the heart of Dublin.
Today we've got with us Greg at Whisky Live, and Greg is presenting the Label 5.
So Label 5, 12-year-old extra premium. Aromas, vanilla, caramel, slight citrus. Appearance, nice and mellow and dark. Through the taste, we have a very smooth texture. Has a little bit of honey. It's quite thick. The viscosity there is more than the regular extra black. A great product for any occasion. Perfect in that 12-year-old market.
Isle of Skye. Coyley, what can you tell us about this product today?
The Isle of Skye is distilled on the Isle of Skye. There's only one distillery on the Isle of Skye, and that's Talisker. This is a beautiful, smooth 12-year-old. It has a hint of sherry. It's been kept in sherry casks, so you get that beautiful fortified flavour through it. It's such a smooth drinking whiskey. It also leaves a nice dry finish. The best selling point of this is once you explain to people that it has got that sherry in it, that it is a 12-year-old, and you can buy it for $49.99, it sells itself.